Hello and welcome to the next installment of Muscle is the New Sexy. I'm your trainer and host, Roxie Beckles. Today's workout is an intense blast for your lower body. Now, as with anything, I want you to pace yourself and to be sure to work at your current fitness level. Now, for each of these sets, I want you to perform 15 to 20 reps of each exercise, but try to keep the rest in between each exercise to a minimum. At the end of each circuit, I do want you to take about 60 to 90 seconds off to rest, but be sure to time it. Try to keep those rest periods really timed because I want you to keep the challenge up. My advice to you, use a stopwatch. Now for beginners, I want you to complete only about 3 full circuits. Anyone that's intermediate or advanced, you can go ahead and try 4 to 5 circuits. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get this workout going. Our first exercise is the squat to toes. Start with your feet hip width apart, toes pointing forward. Drop into a deep squat with your weight in your heels. Try to keep your chest up. As you're coming up, think about standing up nice and tall while driving through the hips and getting as high as you can on your toes. Your arms will swing in back of you. Now this movement should have a nice rhythmic pace to it, so don't go too fast and don't go too slow. The one thing you really want to think about as you do this movement is to think about your weight dropping down to your glutes when you get to the base of the squat. And as you stand up, you're going to really drive your hips forward and think about standing nice and tall on the balls of your feet. Our second exercise is a squat to back step. Take your barbell and rack it onto your shoulders. Your feet should be hip width apart, toes pointing forward. First thing you're going to do is descend into a deep squat. Complete the squat by standing up again facing forward. This second portion of the rep is going to have you go into a plie squat facing the side wall. You can decide if you want to go left or right first. As you take the plie squat, think about your weight being between both legs. Think about opening the thighs nice and wide, pressing your knees open over your toes. Your hips should be down between both legs. Be very careful that your knees don't feel like they're collapsing inwards. Always feel like you're pushing them out. This is also going to help you to activate your glutes even further. Stand up from that position and come back again to your front squat. Going front squat, plie squat, then front squat again is 1 rep. Our next exercise is a cross lunge to single leg balance. Start with your feet about hip width apart, toes pointing forward. Extend your arms all the way out to the side, keeping your chest up nice and tall. Drop down into a cross lunge position. This is also known as a curtsy lunge. When standing up, think about driving that back leg straight up towards your chest. Keep your back as straight as possible, your chest up nice and high. You want the glute muscle on the standing leg to really help with the support of that single leg balance. Now, if you're a beginner, you might find this exercise to be a little bit of a challenge, so just listen to your body and do what you can. If you plan on completing 20 reps, do 10 reps on one side, then right away follow with 10 reps on the other side for that total of 20. Think about your back knee pointing downwards towards the floor. A bulk of your weight is definitely going to be on that front leg, so you're going to feel your quads and your glutes on the front leg as you go into this squat. At the same time, you want to think about keeping weight also in the back leg, so your weight is roughly evenly distributed. Our fourth exercise is the deadlift to toes with the legs together. Start with the bar in front of you. Your arms are going to be much wider than shoulder width apart. Descend into your deadlift with your chest up and your hips back. You should feel a bulk of your weight in your heels as you go forward into that position. Next, you're going to stand up and think about driving your hips forward into the bar and towards the front of the room. As you're doing that, stand up nice and tall on your toes and slightly lean back in the upper body so you'll be a little bit hyperextended, but nothing exaggerated. You want to move at a moderate pace, so don't go too fast and don't go too slow. Repeat this for about 15 to 20 reps before moving on to the next exercise. Our final exercise is the side lunge with barbell. Position the barbell onto your shoulders. Start with your feet together and your toes pointing forward. Step out into a deep side lunge, but this time take your body over so that we're really loading up the legs with all of your body weight. From there, you're gonna push off the legs and land with your feet together. Repeat this action to the other side. Another cue you want to watch out for is making sure that your knees are not collapsing in towards the floor. Instead, your knees should always be aligned over the toes as you're stepping in and out of that side lunge. I hope you guys really enjoyed your workout today, and I hope it challenged you. Stay tuned for more videos on getting you your best body yet. Until next time, see you later. Bye-bye.